Hello guys, how are you? Today we are going to talk about lung diseases. Lung diseases are one of the most common diseases found in the world. Almost every corner of the world is being affected by some sort of lung disease. A common disease which is nowadays prevail is called as COVID-19. COVID-19 also a lung disease. So here we are going to talk about several types of lung diseases, their mechanisms, and a brief look upon them. For every lung disease, its implications, indications, and treatment symptoms, you have to follow all my videos relating to the lung diseases. In this video, we are gonna just see which are the lung diseases which are commonly present in this world. So here we start. Some most common cause of lung diseases, no matter what kind of lung disease it is infections and smoking. Smoking affects your lungs the most. Now, we are going to talk about following these lung diseases. We have here 6 categories of lung diseases on which we are going to talk today. These categories include diseases of air sacs, diseases of the chest wall, diseases of blood vessels, diseases of the airways, diseases of the pleura, diseases of the interstitium. We are gonna talk about every disease in each category, but in separate videos. So if you wanna follow and know about all these diseases which lie in these categories, you will find the links in the description of this video, or you can go to my channel page and find the related video. Here I am gonna just tell you the names which are being summarized in all these categories. So we are gonna go through it. First of all, we are gonna see the diseases of air sacs. Now air sacs are the small sacs like units of the lungs. These are the smallest units of lungs actually, and these are the functional units of lungs also. Due to these air sacs, we are able to breathe in and breathe out the air, and also the exchange of gases took place on the surface of these air sacs. Now there are several kind of diseases which affects these air sacs. These diseases include tuberculosis, pneumoconiosis, respiratory distress syndrome, pulmonary edema, pneumonia, emphysema, and lung cancer. So we have here these all diseases which affects our air sacs, which are also called as alveoli. Now you should understand that if your air sacs are disturbed or in some manner are unable to perform their proper functioning or even fail to perform their proper functioning, there would be serious consequences regarding your breathing. So these are diseases pose a very serious concern to our health, especially to our lungs health. So we have to study in detail and the minor and minute details about these diseases. Here I am gonna just tell you a summary of these diseases. Like when you are talking about the tuberculosis is called by a mycobacterium which is called as tuberculosis. Well, that mycobacterium name fully described as Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This tuberculosis is caused by that mycobacterium, and this is definitely a type of bacteria. So if you don't treat the tuberculosis in well-defined manner, with the passage of time it gets worse and worse. So you have to go through proper treatment if you wanna recover from this disease. Second disease here we have pneumoconiosis. Now what is this disease? This disease is called by if you inhale something which causes injuries to your lungs, in which example you can may include the dust particles or the smoke particles or something else. This disease is called by those particles which are harmful to your lung health, and it causes the injuries to your lungs. So third disease here we have is called as respiratory distress syndrome, or it is also called as RDS. This is a severe sudden injury to the lungs from a serious illness. Like you can say that COVID-19 is one such an example in which there is a disease which causes a severe injury to your lung. Now you have to differentiate the respiratory distress syndrome from that of pneumoconiosis. Pneumoconiosis is the injury caused by some harmful material, while the respiratory distress syndrome is the injury to the lungs caused by some type of infection, either it's viral or bacterial, like COVID-19 is one such example. So third disease here we have, fourth disease here we have pulmonary edema. What is the pulmonary edema now? Pulmonary edema is being defined as like there is some sort of fluid leakage out of your lungs into your tissues. So it develops an edema type condition. So it is called as pulmonary edema. And how such condition is caused? It is caused by like some rupture to the blood vessels, which protrudes into your air sacs or somewhere else in your lungs. So it can also caused by very high blood pressure, because when there is a very high blood pressure, that extreme pressure causes the small blood vessels in your lungs to burst, and when they burst, blood comes out and there develops an edematic condition, which would be called as pulmonary edema. We have fourth disease in this category, which is called as pneumonia. Pneumonia is a very common known disease, and I think so everyone here knows some sort of basic knowledge about the pneumonia. But let's talk about what is the pneumonia and how it's being caused. Pneumonia is also an infection to your air sacs or alveoli, and it is caused by some sort of bacteria or viruses. Actually, pneumonia is the secondary condition, while the primary condition which develops is the infection of lungs. When there is any type of infection which can affect your air sacs and render your lungs to not breathe air properly, then a condition develops in which you are unable to breathe adequate air, or you can say that you are unable to breathe properly. So that secondary condition is called as pneumonia. Now the next one disease is emphysema. Emphysema is there is a linkage between the alveoli and one alveoli to the second alveoli. Basically, there is a linkage between one alveoli and the second alveoli. When that linkage is cut off, the condition which develops from such thing is called as emphysema. And what it actually causes, what actually abnormality it produces in your lungs, it causes you to breathe air in sufficient amount, but then you are not able to breathe it out. So that air stays in your lungs, and that air does not contain any kind of oxygen, and it will definitely causes you difficult breathing, because when there is no oxygen and there is air filled in your lungs, it is a definitely serious condition. And then the last of this list is the lung cancer. Lung cancer is the extreme condition of the lungs. Any of the diseases which have been mentioned above, this disease particularly is very, very dangerous, and it can even cause mortality, and the mortality rate is quite high. Lung cancer develops from some pre-existing disease normally. However, it can also develop without any pre-existing disease due to some factors, like you inhale some carcinogenic materials, the example of which is like some of which are being present in the smoke. So when you continuously smoke, those carcinogenic elements present in the cigarette smoke can cause to develop lung cancer. So it is very, very dangerous disease, and it can even cause mortality of the patient. So that's all the diseases which I have summarized in the category 1, which is the diseases of air sacs. So all these diseases actually occur in the alveoli or the air sacs or the functional unit of your lungs, and it causes serious consequences. So all these diseases should be treated with caution and with proper care. Now, next category which we have here is the diseases of the pleura. Now, there are not much diseases which affects our pleura, but there are some diseases which have been mentioned here showing on your screen. I have summarized here 3 diseases which we conclude in the pleura category. Now, all these diseases which are present in this category include pleural effusion, as well as second disease is pneumothorax, and third disease is mesothelioma. These all diseases we are gonna discuss here. First of all, you should understand that what is pleura. Pleura is a membrane. This is a very thin membrane, and where it occurs, it is usually present around the lungs. Usually not, it is always present around the lungs. It covers your lungs and protects it from abrasive damage, and that abrasive damage may be caused by some sort of physical pressure or something else. It protects the lung from that kind of dangers. So when a disease affects that protective membrane of our lungs, we can categorize that disease under the name diseases of the pleura. So now you understand that pleura is a thin membrane, and one more thing, that it is also fluid filled membrane. There is a fluid inside it. That fluid also helps it to perform its function to protect the lungs from their abrasive damage. Here we are gonna talk about the diseases of the pleura. The first one disease here we have is pleural effusion. What is the pleural effusion? Is in the pleural effusion, the fluid which is present inside the pleura before the lungs to protect the surface of lungs, that fluid comes out of the pleura, and then it is present between your chest cavity, or you can say your ribs, and the pleural cavity. So this is called as pleural effusion. So when such kind of situation is developed, there is a very stress on your lung, and it is very hard to breathe properly, and these fluid which have come out of the pleural cavity needs to be drained out of that cavity, so that that pressure build up on your lungs removes. Second disease here we have pneumothorax. In this kind of disease, there is an air trapped between your lungs and the chest cavity that also puts extreme pressure on your lungs. Remember that air should go inside your lungs and it should not trap outside the lungs. That's an abnormality. And when it gets trapped outside the lung, it causes to put pressure on the lungs, which causes the lungs to fail. So third condition here we have is mesothelioma. This is a rare form of cancer which forms on the pleura. So you can see that mesothelioma is a type of cancer of pleura. So in this you can say that in this disease your pleura is highly affected. And how pleural cancer is produced? It is produced by some carcinogenic elements which goes inside your lungs and causes abnormalities like that of materials present in the smoke, cigarette smoke. So when you breathe that cigarette smoke inside your lungs, it may cause mesothelioma, and mesothelioma is produced at very later stages, and it is not showed at the initial stages. Now we are gonna move from here to the next category of the lung diseases, which is being classified as diseases of the chest wall. Diseases of the chest wall means that these diseases affect your ribs and even your muscles, intercostal muscles, which are called as intercostal muscles present between your ribs. These diseases affect all those things. So here we have two kinds of diseases which affect your chest wall. First one disease is obesity hypoventilation syndrome, are second disease is neuromuscular disorders. Now we are going in detail of both these diseases. Obesity hypoventilation syndrome. What is the obesity hypoventilation syndrome? When there is much weight on your chest and you are very fat, in fact, it is very hard for chest to expand. And when your chest does not expand, there is not much proper ventilation into your lungs. So it eventually leads to the hypoventilation. So when there is obesity, there is extreme extra fat, extra weight on your chest, it is unable to expand and the ventilation does not happen normally, it leads to the hypoventilation, and this is called as obesity hypoventilation syndrome. Second disease here is the neuromuscular disorders. These neuromuscular disorders actually affects your respiratory muscles. These respiratory muscles are those intercostal muscles which are present between the ribs. When you breathe, these intercostal muscles causes your chest to expand, and when your chest expands, there is a air coming inside your lung, and when these muscles causes your chest to contract, it put pressure on your lungs and the air causes to force out of your lungs. So this is how in which way ventilation occurs. So when these neuromuscular disorders are present, those intercostal muscles are unable to work properly, so it leads to your chest wall or the chest cavity unable to expand and contract normally or properly, so it leads to the abnormal trends in the ventilation. So this is called as neuromuscular disorders. The next category here we have is diseases of blood vessels. So what kind of blood vessels we are talking here right now? These are those blood vessels which are present in your lungs, which are responsible for the exchange of carbon dioxide out of the blood into the lungs and oxygen to diffuse into the blood outside the lungs. These blood vessels carry blood to the air sacs and the alveoli where all this process happens. So when there is a disease which causes abnormalization in these blood vessels, you can easily pick the point that there is no proper effusion or diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide. There is no proper exchange of gases. So even your lungs are performing proper ventilation, the proper air is coming in, going outside of your lungs, but there is no proper exchange of gases. It even produces complication, even if your lungs is performing well regarding the ventilation. So these diseases are also very important to study, and here we are gonna study these diseases. Here we have two types of diseases which affects the blood vessels of the lungs. Pulmonary embolism, which is also called as PE. Second one is pulmonary hypertension. Now first one disease is the pulmonary embolism. In this, you can easily guess what embolism means in the medical science. In medical science, embolism means that there is some sort of blood clot present in some sort of blood vessel, and when such sort of blood clot is present in the blood vessels of lungs, it is called as pulmonary embolism. Such embolism causes the blood to restrain from going into lungs properly, coming out of the lungs properly. There is no exchange of gases, complications produce, patients suffer serious consequences, and therefore pulmonary embolism is very important. So second disease here we have is pulmonary hypertension. What is pulmonary hypertension? You can you know that hypertension is extreme rise in the blood pressure. When there is an extreme rise in blood pressure, it might produces hypertension in the pulmonary blood vessels also. and when it is produced, you feel uncomfortable and there is uncomfortable breathing. That's called as pulmonary hypertension. And even that such pulmonary hypertension can lead to the bursting of the blood vessels, which ultimately produce edematic condition, which we have gone through in the above category. So we have here in this disease there is a very much high blood pressure in the pulmonary arteries. It causes chest pain as well as the shortness of breath and many other complications. Next category here we have is the diseases of the airways. Now, what is the airways? Airways are those tubes, those vessels, whatever you may call them, which takes air from outside of your body to inside your body to the air sacs, or the functional unit of the lungs, and also takes that deoxygenated air from the air sacs to the outside of the body. All those structures which are involved in this process are called as airways, which gives air a way to reach the functional unit or the functional factory of the lungs. That is why they are called as airways. So, what kind of diseases here we have in the pulmonary airways, diseases of the airways? First one disease is the asthma. Second one is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, commonly known as COPD. Third disease is chronic bronchitis. Fourth one is emphysema. And second last is acute bronchitis. And the last but not least is the cystic fibrosis. Now, we are gonna study all these diseases in detail. And we are gonna go through some sort of detail, not very you can say detailed version of it, but you may get some idea about all of these diseases. First one, asthma. What is the asthma? In the asthma, there is a inflammation and there is a, you may say that, spasms of the lungs, due to which one is unable to breathe properly. It may produce by many sort of allergies, infections, and pollution, and many other factors. Second disease here we have is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. In this disease, we are unable to exhale the air and there is trouble breathing. So, in this disease, basically there is obstruction in the pulmonary performance of ventilation. That's why it is called as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Third one is chronic bronchitis. Bronchitis is also a form of, it is basically a second type of COPD, but it spans over a large period of time and it affects the lung much more seriously than the COPD. If COPD is gone untreated, it eventually develops into the chronic bronchitis. Emphysema. We have studied earlier that emphysema is the breakage of linkages between different alveoli or the air sacs. Due to these breakage of linkages, these alveoli or air sacs are unable to perform their function properly. We are unable to expel this air out of our lungs. That air stays inside our lungs. That air is deoxygenated. We develop edematic condition. We are short of breath and many other type of symptoms. And there is a very difficult breathing. Fifth one is acute bronchitis. Like chronic, there is a chronic bronchitis. Now this is a acute bronchitis. What is the difference between the chronic bronchitis and acute bronchitis? Acute bronchitis is less severe form of bronchitis or COPD, while the chronic bronchitis is very severe form of bronchitis. It shows that there is a obstruction or trouble breathing for a very long period of time. Last one is cystic fibrosis. What is this cystic fibrosis? Cystic fibrosis is that there accumulate mucus inside your airways, which restrains the proper ventilation and you have experienced trouble breathing. So here we have the last category of the lung diseases. This is called as diseases of the interstitium. What are the diseases of the interstitium? First of all, you should understand that what is the interstitium. Interstitium is a space between two consecutive alveoli, and that space is filled with some type of fluid which is called as interstitium fluid. And this interstitium is very important in you may say that when exchange of gases. It plays a very vital role in the exchange of gases. It increases the surface area in which an alveoli is being in contact. So it produces a great role in the exchange of gases. So what are the diseases which affect our interstitium? These are interstitial lung disease called ILD, then sarcoidosis. Third one is idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. Then autoimmune disease, pneumonia, pulmonary edema. First one is interstitial lung disease, are called as ILD. Well, this is a condition in which we accumulate very different types of diseases. These may include as sarcoidosis, idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, and autoimmune disease. All these are the types of ILD which are labeled below that ILD here. These are the types of the interstitium diseases. In all these diseases, our interstitium is affected very badly. There is no proper functioning, no proper exchange of gases, and etc. Then we have pneumonia and pulmonary edema. What is the pneumonia and pulmonary edema? Pneumonia, I have described above, is a secondary condition which is caused by the primary infection by some sort of infectious agent. This secondary condition affects your lungs in very different ways, affects your air sacs, affects interstitium, and many other proper functions of the lungs. Pulmonary edema is simply an edema which develops in the lungs, in the air sacs, in the interstitium. This edema also prevents proper exchange of gases. So patient experience very difficult breathing, and there is a very, you can say that, different kind of symptoms produced. So today we have studied all the different categories of the lung diseases, and I have summarized different further sub-diseases which lie in individual category. So here we are not going into the detailed discussion of those diseases. So if you want the details of all these diseases, I will make new videos, and in every video I will discuss a separate disease of every category. Like here we have 5 to 6 diseases. I will make 5 to 6 separate videos to discuss all these diseases. I will discuss their mechanism, their course of action, their symptoms, their treatments, their diagnostic tests, and risk factors and everything. So stay tuned, and we will definitely discuss all these conditions in the coming videos. Hope so you have liked my video. So please subscribe my channel, please subscribe it and support me. Also like and share this video, and also share it to your friends, so that my efforts are being appreciated by some of the young people like you. Thank you.